Hi beautiful beings, my name is Brittany.
And I'm Connor.
And today we're going to be talking about the best way to parent.
It's our way. Yeah, maybe we can just jump right into the overarching message that we wanted to get across, which is the best way to parent is the way that you decide to do it. And I think having a really open mind with how other people are parenting is also the best way to amend your own parenting. And also the best way to model parenting that you want to see in the world.
Well, done. I feel really inspired around this topic recently because we've been having so many community gatherings with our friends, and our friends include a lot of parents and children, and there's a lot of similarities in how we do things. We're all like crunchy. We're all kind of alternative, and we're all doing things similarly and differently, which is just the case in life.
Yeah, and even our friends that aren't biological parents, a lot of them are caregiving for one child or another, either through work or family or extended family or whatever.
And it's really cool to see what we're doing similarly, what we're doing differently, sharing when we're asked, asking when we're curious. And for me, within myself, I've noticed around the topics of parenting or really anything lifestyle related, to notice where something is coming from within me. So if I'm feeling like genuine curiosity, that feels good inside of me. And if I'm feeling critical about somebody, like thinking like, oh, well, that's not right, they're not doing it right, I feel just like it doesn't feel good inside of me. And so what I've learned to do with that is be curious about my judgments and be curious about what this is letting me know. And usually what it's letting me know is more of what's resonating for me right now. And I think sometimes, and I know I've done this before, is like I confuse that for what is right for them. And what is right for everybody is what we're choosing to do right now. And there are so many little minute factors that go into that. And by allowing and encouraging people, and in this case our friends, and feeling encouraged and supported by them wherever we are, we get to feel supported in the natural evolution of our lives. And especially around parenting, I think this is so important because people can get so heated around the topics of parenting and like what is right and wrong for kids. And there's just so many factors, and I don't think it's ever helpful to try and convince somebody to do something your way. And what feels best for me is to do things the way we want out of love and joy, and encourage our friends and all beings to do the same.
Absolutely. And yes, it really makes sense that we get excited about children, because I think every human being has a natural instinct to care for children in general. It doesn't matter if they are biologically yours or not. They could be a complete stranger, and most of the time, many of us just are aware of them and want to care and support them. But it does come back to every way that we want to show up in this world. We don't all want to be the same, right?
No.
That'd be crazy.
No, I love that we're different.
Yeah, I love that we're different. And I think that's how we learn. And sometimes we're reflected things that solidify how we want to do things differently. And sometimes we're reflected things that open us up and expand how we want to do things in our lives. And there's no difference when it comes to parenting. I think what can happen is that feeling of protection and wanting to care for a small being. And I think that emotional reaction really makes sense. And maybe there are times when it genuinely does feel important to say like, hey, I think this thing isn't right that you're doing. It doesn't feel good for me. And I think only you can navigate when those times are. But I think most of the time we might feel that reaction. And when we sit with it and look at it, we may come to a deeper sort of place, a deeper truth, which is this parent or this caregiver is really doing the best thing that makes sense at this time in their life. And that person being in their flow and feeling supported there is probably going to have the best benefit for the caregiver-child relationship than someone else coming in and saying, hey, you're doing something wrong. And likewise, I think feeling really confident in what comes naturally to us as caregivers and as parents, and being able to assume that we will be supported there, and to really take in the energy of support and sort of like let go of the energy that doesn't feel supportive, so that we can feel good about our parenting, because I think energetically that's the best thing for every relationship. And then the last bit to that is just being open-hearted and like open to evolution, and open that your ideas are going to change. I mean, how many of us have had really staunch dogmatic ideas about this thing that are now completely the opposite?
That's happened to me so many times.
And so, you know, like, yeah, we might feel really like
adamant about something. Really excited about something.
Later, maybe it's going to change. And so just like knowing that about ourselves and about others as well, and allowing for that like natural process.
And I think we get to share from a place of genuine excitement, and we get to ask from a place of genuine curiosity. And when we do that, I think the support naturally flows.
Absolutely. And then it can become like the evolutionary process for everyone. New ideas set in, and your heart's open, your mind's open, you're ready for that expansion, baby.
Oh, shoot. And I feel like we're gonna close this out, and I just want to have a party now. I just want to name off a couple areas if you're like, yeah, but I don't do that, or that hasn't come up for me, I haven't felt that. Some areas that you might be finding this or might exist in are like diapers. I noticed like cloth diapers, non-cloth diapers, EC, not EC. Let me give me my hands. Do you want to be a part of this?
I do, but I just feel a little manipulated. Physically. All right.
Toys.
Yes.
How people are talking to their children, like talking about behaviors or restrictions. What kind of food they're eating, if they're breastfeeding, if they're not. Maybe
hands-on, helping like walking or sitting
totally.
up versus
child-led,
all that stuff.
Yeah, those are some fun ones.
Yeah, and I mean, I think what could come up for someone is like, well, obviously, like, if someone's beating their child, we're not just gonna sit back and be like, well, I guess that's the best thing for them right now. You know, I don't know how I would react, because I haven't been in that situation. That sounds awful. I hope I'm never in that situation.
Oh my gosh, me too.
Ever.
Me too.
And so I'm sure there are a lot of things people could think of that would be like, well, what are you just gonna accept? You know, if they want to
That's for you to be in that situation and see how you feel.
Yeah, so this is the kind of stuff we're talking. I'm thinking of.
And I think in those situations that, again, I haven't been in that situation.
I haven't been in there. I don't know.
But I think speaking from how we are feeling, not what somebody else is like, not putting something on them, we can always say, wow. I just want to share, I'm feeling really uncomfortable right now.
Totally.
This is really hard for me to be around.
Yeah, and again, I think this translates to every area of life, and I know some people don't agree with that. Some people do believe that it's important to tell people they're bad or they're wrong, and that's not my philosophy. I think everyone is doing the best that they can do with the experiences that they've had, and I think that loving someone doesn't mean you have to love everything they're doing, but just loving someone is going to help them move into actions that are more loving.
Yes. Yes.
And modeling, you know, what those actions are, and just continually modeling what love, peace, happiness, and presence look like, because that's a very natural desire for every human being. And if they see other people doing that, I do believe that it is like a natural pull of vectoring towards health, which is synonymous with love, and you're just gonna get sucked right into it. So just stop being a
Done. Said it. Thank you. I love this topic. I love talking with you.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're pretty cool. One more.
Okay.
All right.
Great job.
See ya.
Love you.